Today's episode is brought to you by AOS Kitchens, the South's leading outdoor kitchen design and installation specialists. Welcome to another episode of the Meet and Greet Barbecue podcast. It's Christmas Eve. We're sat out here having a nice little drink before the festivities kick off tomorrow. Good to have you here, Dan, in person. When was the last time we did a podcast in person?
Probably we did one on a drive back from somewhere, didn't we? Was that after going to Sean's open day?
Yes.
Irish?
That was it.
Yeah, that's the last one we've done in person. I mean, normally you're used to seeing us on Zoom, obviously. But it's good to do it in person, nice little setup. Maybe we'll get some more of these done in this sort of guide.
Well, I mean, what did it take you, 15, 20 minutes to get here?
Something like that, it's not hard. But I think we need to discuss the elephant in the room. What's this? What's all this? How was that experience?
Yeah, long.
Yeah.
A good experience. Obviously, I've just posted some pictures. Obviously, Jodie came round and did an actual video tour of the kitchen. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see that we're kind of sat out in my new outdoor kitchen. We're doing it a bit late tonight in terms of actually doing some cooking. Otherwise, the fire would be on behind us. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool, right? For me, it's a life. It's a life goal ticked.
Yeah, I know. Mine's going to be a fair few years away if I'm lucky. I'm lucky before I retire, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'd love you to talk us through kind of the thought process of how this was planned out, how it got going. I mean, obviously Jodie's been integral to bits of that from AOS, but tell us about the journey of like, I'm doing this, I want it to look like X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. So as you know, my setup before, right, I just had in my back garden was just kind of odd spaces here and there, just with a few barbecues kind of dotted around, and had a big workshop at the back. And that workshop was falling to pieces. The doors were starting to not close properly and all that kind of stuff. And it was just housed full of my junk, basically. So it was, in effect, dead space. That I've wanted, one of the reasons that we moved into a new, I say a new house 4 years ago, not long after we started the podcast, weirdly enough, that I wanted to get somewhere with a shack, right? I had proper, I say shack, this isn't a shack in terms of it's a pergola, but I was getting proper shack envy from so many people in the community that was just putting up these amazing spaces so that we cook 365, right? That's always been kind of what we do and how we follow, and the people that we follow and get inspired about. It's very much about that 365 cooking. So I just I've been working towards a space where I can do that. Obviously, there was only one person I was going to call. Obviously, Jodie at AOS Kitchens, and as you would expect, he's kind of just made the process super easy. In that, he knows the type of equipment that I've got. Just explained that I wanted an L-shaped kitchen, wanted to go under a pergola, and he sorted out the pergola for us as well. And we discussed kind of budgets and what we had, and he was putting forward the brand that best fitted both with the style that I wanted and therefore the budget that I had to do. And it was a case of just talking through the space, taking some photos, showing him what I had, where things were going to go. And then just put forward some drawings and some ideas, and we kind of spoke around that Somerset grill and how do we make it part of it.
It's a centrepiece, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, very much so. And we did have to, when the actual came, we had to sort of tweak out the layout. This wasn't actually the original layout. So the Broil King was supposed to be going over here. That cupboard was supposed to be over there, but it just meant that it was a bit too, it just didn't quite flow in the way that it does now. So we just made that change, and that was it. I did have to wait a little while.
Best things that are
exactly. But incredibly fortunate to be in a position to get this. Obviously, it's not a cheap thing, so it's very much It's like my baby. I'm cleaning it out here more than I'm cleaning my kitchen indoors, which is driving my wife crazy.
But you know, Christmas is coming along, right? So, which is why we're here today, obviously. And Merry Christmas to anyone that's listening. If you've
Merry Christmas.
timed this correctly and are listening on the big day, doing your own cook, what's your plans for utilising this on Christmas Day?
Yeah, so I've got family coming over tomorrow, and I am going to be doing 3 meats. So I'm doing a turkey, I'm going to be doing a brisket. I wasn't planning to do a brisket, but a family member that's coming only gets to have it when they come here. So very much they put that order in, and then I'm going to be doing a ham as well. And of course, as you would expect, typically around Christmas, right, space is quite limited. Fortunate enough now that I can spread out across 2 kitchens in terms of prep time, although I'll do most of it almost exclusively out here. So I plan to be able to cook, because what we can't see off camera is that there is also still a couple of other barbecues kind of out of the way. So I've got plenty of equipment to be able to kind of cook everything.
Yeah.
You know. So my plan is pretty much Christmas Day, wake up with the kids. They're not so little anymore, so I wouldn't expect to be up too early, but I'll probably be up the earliest just so I can get the brisket on.
I was going to say 6 a.m. surely.
If that late. Because we'll normally have like a mid-afternoon Christmas dinner, and I want to at least get an hour or 2 rest time for that brisket, so it'll probably be a bit earlier. So up with the kids, a few bucks fizzes while prepping, and just get to cooking, so that actually by the time we come to kind of the mid-afternoon, I'm done, pack away and drink myself into a slumber, basically.
Nice.
What about you?
So I haven't told you this yet. I'm taking a bit of a risk on Christmas Day. So I've got turkey
Well, you're
breast.
cooking.
Yeah, well done. Prick. I've got a large chicken breast. So we've got
Chicken?
Turkey. Sorry. Yeah, turkey, not chicken. Turkey.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that classic festive bird. So I've got a large turkey breast for it's going to be myself, my wife, and my father's coming over, and I've got the 2 children as well. So I'm going to be smoking that. But I've also picked up from John Davidson. I've not tried one of these before. It's either called a brisket or a bruschetta, but it's like a smaller version of a brisket. They reckon it'll smoke in 3 hours.
Okay.
Now, like I said,
I thought you were just mispronouncing bruschetta.
No. It's like a mini version.
Right.
I think it's 800 grams. And
What is it, like the flat? Like a trimmed up flat? Or?
Yeah, I believe. Again, I didn't read too much into it. I was
Right.
just like, originally I was going to do a brisket because my daughter loves brisket, and I was going to put it on overnight. But I was like, I don't know if I'll sleep well if I think, right, it's Christmas, I don't want to mess it up, and I'll be up and down. So I was like, I'll try this.
Yeah. Plus, you will see Santa, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. Don't want to ruin the magic for everyone because he might not deliver the presents in 1 week.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to probably put it on, I know this is 3 hours, but probably 6, just to make sure that, if it comes off at 9 or 10, it's going to be fine for 12 or 1 with resting time and things. I'd much prefer to
Give yourself a
way.
buffer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly that, right? Because classically I'll go, 3 hours, plus that 1 hour resting, if we want to eat at 1 or 2, stick it on, and then you get to that time and it's still sitting at like 74, 75 or something, and you've got hours left, whereas fingers crossed, if it works, great. And it also means that in the future I don't necessarily have to always get huge briskets to be cooking for, 3 of us? Well, 4 of us, So we'll see, fingers crossed. A lot of the other stuff I'm going to try and prep the day before, so it'll just be more in and out of either oven or barbecues for like the trimmings and stuff as we go. But yeah, I'm interested and slightly nervous to see how it goes. I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure there's moisture in there.
I'm sure though, if it's good quality British beef, it'll be fine anyway. Just treat it gentle.
Treat it gentle. Don't be too rough.
What's the tradition, and it may not be barbecue related, but what's your tradition in terms of Christmas breakfast? So what are you going to be doing tomorrow morning?
So, Christmas breakfast, what I'm going to be doing is we always have pancakes.
Pancakes?
Pancakes, normally bacon.
Blackstone pancakes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Bacon, maple syrup, but I'll probably have mine this year with smoked salmon, because in the past I've also had on the side smoked salmon and scrambled eggs, but the two doth not meet normally. Because it's Christmas, I'm on Porky Boy. I'm going to have 2 breakfasts on the go. My other rule is I don't tend to have a non-alcoholic drink throughout Christmas. It's just something that I like to keep up. So it will be Bucks Fizzing, of course. And then traditionally at breakfast I have Baileys or an Irish cream coffee. And then we're on our way, you know?
Yeah.
I'll borrow my daughter Stanley, so I've got cold beer on the go when I'm in and out barbecuing and everything to keep it the right temperature.
Yeah.
And there we go, you know? I'm so looking forward to just a relaxing Christmas with the fact that, like, kitchen and everything's done, dining room and stuff done. We've had so much working on the house since we've been in there in the last 18 months. It's going to feel more relaxed than last year. And I do like having a lot of people over, but as there's less of us here this year, last year I cooked for, I think, 9 of us. You know, just to be doing it for like 5 of us is going to be so different.
Yeah.
As long as that meat comes out right.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I haven't got around to working out if I want, if I'm going to also do a ham, or if I'm going to get a pre-done ham just for slicing and around bits and pieces. But because I want to be a bit chilled, that's what's put me off actually making that purchase. You know, and
so I have got a ham.
Yeah.
I appreciate I'm cooking it tomorrow, but I have been a bit undecided in terms of the recipe. However, what I did recently see, it was a week or so ago, was Shropshire lad had done like a Coke and rum glaze.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was a supermarket ham that he picked up just sort of straight out of the packet, and basically just I think he put a coffee rub on his, indirect, meter in, obviously to get it to 63, and then he put a cast iron dish on the other side, poured a couple of cans of Coke in on the direct side, and obviously just let it reduce down. As the ham was coming up to temperature, he then poured in the rum. It started to obviously crystallise, go that kind of really caramelised, and was just basting it.
Oh, nice.
And it looked absolutely immense. So, just so happens that I do have some Coke and I do have some rum. So I'm thinking that's going to be my attempt.
I think that rum will be good. So last year I did a Coke ham, and it was very nice. It was very sweet, and I think the rum will just give it.
Burnt your nose.
Oh yeah,
burnt your nose. That Coke ham.
Yeah. I should also clarify, my dad's on his way across from Wales at the moment, and he has said he's picked some stuff up. So when I say I don't know if I've got a ham or not, it might be coming down with him, because he said he's got a few bits as a surprise, and that normally means meat, and it's whether or not I actually do it for Christmas or if I do it for Boxing Day or afterwards. He's obsessed. I think he'll kill me for not knowing this. It's a Services, I want to say Gloucester, it might not be Gloucester, but they have like an aged meat counter there, and he said he's pre-ordered stuff.
From a services station?
Like, it's either Gloucester or it's another one, but they have like an aged meat section and a butcher there. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure people will be screaming at the podcast, but if it's not Gloucester, it's another one, which, we've had good meat from there before, so it'll be interesting to see what it turns up with.
Fair enough. It doesn't sound like something. I went to a service station and I picked up a ham.
Well, back when I was in Wales, that's where we get most of our meat.
Service station.
Back of a lorry.
And the flowers. And the flowers.
Yeah. Or classically, you do see the butchers on a van at some car boots and stuff now, don't you?
Well, that's true.
Yeah. But it's a bit different, isn't it? Yeah. Christmas Eve.
Big plastic bag, mystery meat, 20 quid.
I also don't know how much I trust picking up meat on Christmas Eve on the way down. Yeah. Because if anything's wrong with that order, nothing's going to work out. But it's not my problem, that's someone else's problem, to be fair.
So I've literally sat behind you there. I've got the ProQ cold cabinet, cold smoking cabinet. So again, I've got some cheese in there. Again, I'm not going to smoke all the cheeses, but definitely going to get one of a cheddar or something, more of a hard or semi-hard cheese in the smoker.
Giggity.
Exactly, for Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve today. Christmas Day's Eve.
Yes.
Cheese board.
Yeah, the classic.
I'm not
cold cuts, cheese.
Yeah, I'm not one for Christmas pudding generally. Give me a cheese board any day.
That's your wife's nickname for you, isn't it?
A Christmas
Give me
pudding.
a Christmas pudding.
Yeah, it's not as affectionate as that normally. If you've been looking or thinking about an outdoor kitchen, then look no further than AOS Outdoor Kitchens.
They are the South's leading outdoor kitchen design and installation specialists.
Their extensive showroom is based just outside Bournemouth on the Dorset-Hampshire border, and as well as numerous in-store displays, also features a live outdoor kitchen where they cook every week on Kamado grills, pizza ovens, and all filmed and shown on YouTube.
They offer a wealth of knowledge on how to transform your patio into the most incredible outdoor dining area with styles and options to suit every budget, and you can guarantee they will be able to create something perfectly suited to you and your home.
They stock and supply everything that you're going to need for outdoor cooking, including barbecues, Kamado ovens, pizza ovens, outdoor fridges, and every accessory that you would need to become the ultimate outdoor chef.
So if you want to make yourself the envy of your friends and neighbours, get in touch with them today to arrange a consultation and take the first step in transforming your back garden into the most incredible entertainment space.
Visit aoskitchens.co.uk.
Having a look at the last year, you know, we've gone through fits and starts, been able to release as much content as we want and not, and we've kind of moved more towards every other week rather than every week when we've got seasons, but that's to stretch things out for everyone listening. What have been your highlights of this year?
That's a really good one, because from a content perspective, it feels like we've been pretty crap actually this year, in all fairness.
I think that's
So
fair.
I regret more that we've probably not released as much content, and I think really just because of what, you know, life that was going on, we didn't get out too much in terms of going out to events and seeing people.
Sizzlefest, we didn't go to Sizzlefest this year.
Well, no, but or Metopia, or you know, there was the barbecue community cookout that was you know, there's quite a few events that we probably would next year and in other years, but we just didn't get around to it for whatever reason. So, but I do think what's good, and it feels good to be back. I know that we've released a few episodes here and there this year, but I think, you know, season 7, which has already launched, we're edging ever closer to 100 episodes.
We are edging you.
Always. It's not November anymore, but
we've got some fantastic episodes coming up as well, which we're quite excited about.
So the ones that have already come out are great, and we've still got some bangers to come, right?
Sausages.
Well, they'll come on the grill tomorrow. Pigs in blankets. So I think, you know, we've got some great ones to come. So it's really good to get back into it. I think properly is, and I know that we released kind of a couple of sporadic episodes here and there, but it's good to get into a bit more consistency now. So I'm quite proud of that, and you know, the first episode of 2026 is going to be an absolute banger with DJ Barbecue.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which is going to be fantastic.
Years we've been speaking to him, we just haven't been able to get the stars to align.
Exactly.
It's a good one. For me, I was really excited to speak to Kate O'Driscoll. I've been following her for years. I'd seen her at a few events, doing cooking and talking about the work that she does kind of like in the cafe and the baking and stuff. And it was great to speak to someone that not only knows their stuff, but also there's that business mind behind it too. And learning about how she's kind of moved into the presenting at the events as well, because it's a very different skill. I also absolutely loved, I went down to the Irish Egg Sean's, one of his barbecue classes, and had a fantastic time, learned loads. It's a bit late now to say for Christmas gift, but if you've got a load of money for Christmas and you're looking for something, I'd highly recommend looking into the Irish Eggs Cookery School. Not only is it like the knowledge that Sean's got's fantastic and the food you're going to eat is great, but the venue is top notch. You know, it's rare to be given the chance to cook effectively in a mini orchard, and I absolutely loved it. I couldn't believe how quick the day went by. So I think I got there about 7:30 in the morning, I felt like I blinked. I spent a lot of the day topping up some of the wood in some of the different barbecues, playing with some really heavy offset smokers, which is great, right? And all of a sudden I blinked and it was 4:30 and I had to get back to Ipswich from Norfolk quickly because I had to do my wife was taking our daughter out somewhere and I had to take over the little one for bedtime. But I cannot recommend it enough. We did pork ribs, we did turkey, we also did a fantastic brisket, but then also as well as burnt ends to go with the brisket. If you remember at the open day, he did that fantastic dish that was sweet corn.
The elote. Yeah.
So good, and just can't recommend it enough. I've really enjoyed that day because, as you said, we haven't got out as much as we'd like to this year, and that felt like a day that I actually was getting involved with other people too. So that was great.
I think we've said it a couple of times, and we have to kind of practice what we preach. But I think 2026, we've got to make more of a conscious effort to get out to places, visit, smoke houses, more on a restaurant scene. We've just got to do a bit more podcasts on the go.
Yeah.
It's great we can do one here in person, like we are tonight. But I do think going to places and actually doing it and trying to meet and actually perhaps talk with our guests in person. We've got the equipment to do it. We just haven't done it. So
I want to go up north. We keep talking about going up north.
I think there's
actually experiencing that scene properly in person.
Well, I think there's a few places to go. Right. I think Alfresco Chapel.
Yep.
The guys there already been.
Some of the most friendly people in the world as well.
There's a big, the barbecue community cookout that's happening. Really excited with John, who's releasing the cookbook.
Yep.
We're hoping to get John back on the podcast again to talk through that kind of process. I know we touched upon it when he first came on, 18 months, something like that, maybe 2 years ago. And it was just it was something that he's been working towards for a very, very long time. So to see that come to fruition and go on sale, and we hope to kind of catch up with John about that. So I think, excuse me. One too many mince pies. I'm excited for 2026. I think from a personal perspective, I'm gonna be doing lots more cooking, lots more content. I think from a podcast perspective, we've got a very exciting year ahead, and I think when we get to that 100th episode, which I think was only with the couple, I think the 3 that we've already got coming out after this one, I think we're only 6 away. I think it'll be about that 5 or 6 episodes away. So I reckon as we go, by March, we'll probably be hitting, which will be our 5th year anniversary. If we can try and tie 100 episodes in with 5 years of the podcast, I think it'll be great.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe it's like 5 years of sitting here talking crap with you. I don't know how you've survived. I know that I'm bound to at the best of times.
Yeah, it's been a challenge.
We're getting there though. We're only just starting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll keep doing. We'd love to hear more from you guys. Love to hear what you want to hear more of. If you've got any questions, we can do Q&As and things like that.
Yeah, genuinely, I think it's important that we do get feedback, not for an ego perspective, but just actually what topics.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we're guilty of, and I'm going to say me, not we, more so. I'm always worried that we're covering old ground, and people are going to get bored of the content. And it would be good to understand if there are things that we're not covering in the podcast. Around barbecue, wood fire cooking, gas cooking for that matter. What people want to hear, or actually who they want to hear from. Are there guests? And obviously we've had a fair few over the years, but are there people that we haven't perhaps connected with yet, that people feel that they would love to hear from? Actually, I'm going to go back, Dan, and I'll come back to you in terms of what you're kind of looking forward to. But one of the other things which was interesting which we haven't actually spoken about yet on the podcast, really, or we haven't promoted it in any way in terms of our socials, and we probably should have, but we got interviewed
Yes, we did.
recently. So that hasn't happened very often. So we were approached by the Barbecue Radio Network
Yeah.
in the US, which apparently is one of the biggest barbecue network radio shows. Yeah, we were on, the shoe was on the other foot, which was very interesting to go into I suppose we can empathise more now with when we say to everyone, oh, don't worry, just come on, it's going to be an informal chat, and then we just fire a load of questions at people. Being on the other side of that and not knowing what's coming up and trying to articulate yourself in a great way.
And
I did a weird little rant.
yeah. I hope this isn't offensive, but howdy to the new American listeners.
Cheers.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, because she said howdy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah. It was a joke. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Yeehaw. Awkward. But yeah, so if you haven't listened to it, I mean, we'll put it out on the socials as well. But if you go onto, it's on Spotify and Apple and things like that. But if you search up Barbecue Radio Network, there is an episode with me and Dan being interviewed, talking about us as a podcast, but also just sort of British barbecue. And again, I think we were very passionate about the quality of British barbecue and how it's not just cooking a brisket, cooking pork butts and ribs and all that kind of stuff, that actually we're very versatile. Yeah. I think I said fusion. Fusion cooking, I think was the thing that I said.
And also discussed cooking for the royal family.
Yes. Yeah. As an opening interview, getting asked which is the most senior level of royal that you've cooked for was an interesting opener.
I mean, it took all of my will to not go, well, Andrew quite liked that food, actually. Too soon. But, like you said, it was really interesting getting interviewed by someone else and not knowing what the questions... I mean, you've probably gathered that we're not that planned out in how we take our conversations. We want it to be natural. But
I've not written a note down in 5 years.
No, I write quite a lot of notes down. That's because I edit them while you...
I think that's probably why there's lots of and stuff. What I do a lot, that's probably because I haven't prepped anything. I literally turn on and plug in and then go, I probably should think of some questions and just do it off the fly.
Boring behind the curtain, if you go back to the first series, and long episodes, we're all in the pandemic, we all...
Half cut.
Yeah, exactly. But I spent ages going back and editing out almost every cough and things, and as we went on, I thought, well, actually, to me, that feels less natural than a general conversation, so I try and leave them in. You know, if we talk about something really boring that no one's going to care about, then I'll cut that out, although you guys might disagree with that. But the general ahs, etc., I think it's, like we've said multiple times about Instagram and cooking, it's better to be authentic, and I think you can tell then that it's real, right? Rather than to listening to something that Owen and I have just picked our favourite bits from and having that narrative that maybe that's not what someone came on to talk about, so we try and keep it as natural as possible there. Plus it helps the editing time. So,
with the big day tomorrow, Santa on his way over, what is the one thing that you would, irrelevant of cost, if you could have something to open on Christmas Day, what would it be tomorrow? I
would love a Kadai fireball. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, right? But I like the fact that it's like a fire pit, but then you can put up like the big tripod over it and be cooking stuff. I'd love to cook a curry on one, like in the hanging bowl. I just think that would be fun and funky. Plus, I need a fire pit in the house to be able to enjoy that garden for longer when it's not cold. Well, I'm still out there, but the family are less keen to be out there, you know? That would be top of my list. But maybe it's not a fair way to put it, but I don't know how to articulate it. I'm less got like a long list of barbecues in my mind like you have, and I'm very envious of what you've got around you. But in my head, I'm like, if I've got the Blackstone, I've got the egg. I've got monolith. If I could have that, I feel like I'd be happy with all of that, and then it would just be focusing on accessories and wood and different charcoals and meat and things.
Yeah, I didn't mean barbecue specific. I just mean anything.
That's still what I want now.
Yeah.
That's still top of my list. I think as you get older, maybe we become harder to buy for. Or for Santa to decide what to make for us as well.
Yeah.
So, if you've got your family giving you gifts, Santa are getting you gifts, it's hard to know what to get us as we age. What about yourself, though?
Some accessories for the Somerset grill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it doesn't have to be barbecue, by the way.
No, it's either beer, barbecue, or rugby. So one of the two. But no, just some accessories to go with the Somerset.
The rotisserie looks good.
Yeah, and the chapper where I can almost do smash burgers and stuff on that. The meat hook, so you can just hook a load of meat up and just dangle through over the live fire. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm interested in.
Is there any cooks you haven't done that you've got planned for next year? Either first, or even if it's something you've done before but it's been a while. Have you got something on your list of stuff you want to cook next year?
I don't know.
I
haven't done the feather blade for a long time.
That was on my list.
That would be quite good.
I love the idea, but I know that we're very unlikely to do it. To do like a full suckling pig.
Yeah, I think we'd probably do that together, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I
can't be trusted with that for myself. Christ.
No, that would be good. Mm-hmm. I think what we should do, and maybe we do a poll. Actually,
how tall?
How tall
is the pole going to be?
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
4 meters is big for a pole, right?
It's very big.
Yeah.
4 meters.
The male meters.
The male meters, yeah. So what I was thinking, well, maybe we do a poll and we get people to vote on some of the barbecue bingo ingredients of previous episodes, and maybe we get the top 5 and we do a little barbecue bingo series where we're cooking some of those weird and wonderful, or not so weird and wonderful ingredients, and maybe we do a kind of joint effort to do that.
Great. Also, when we see people in person, we get told that people like some of the episodes with the two of us, so we've tried to do a few more of those this year, but I think both of us feel not awkward doing it, but we like talking to other people, right? So I think that we hesitate around
I think it's more because it feels like they're the expert.
Yes, exactly that. Maybe that's imposter syndrome, or maybe that's fact. Probably more fact.
Probably fact.
But I'd love to hear if
all the gear and no idea.
Yeah, exactly, right? Is that just the people that we've spoken to that feel that way and they are fanning our ego? Or do people actually want to hear more stuff from the two of us,
I don't know. I think we'll continue to do it regardless.
Yeah. When we need to fill that out the episode.
When we realise that, oh, crap, someone's cancelled, or, oh, crap, we don't have enough content, we'll do some and then scramble together. Mm-hmm. Well, look, we should probably get going, get ready for Santa to come down the chimney, and get the grills ready for tomorrow morning. So, Merry Christmas, mate.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
And Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Today's episode of the Meet and Greet Barbecue podcast is brought to you by AOS Outdoor Kitchens. They are the South's leading outdoor kitchen design and installation specialists.